Hello friends, welcome to my second part of the presentation on applications of artificial intelligence in cybersecurity. I hope you may have gone through the first part of my presentation on general introduction about this topic, that is AI in cybersecurity. Now in the second part, I am going to talk about specifically on the applications as to how the hackers and the defenders both are using artificial intelligence to strengthen themselves. So I proceed with this presentation. The structure of various subtopics that I am going to cover is given here, but without elaborating, let me proceed with the matter. As you know, artificial intelligence has very greatly changed the entire ecosystem of cybersecurity. It is a new age hacking, where AI is being leveraged to launch more and more sophisticated, hyper-targeted, advanced attacks, and they can also fool AI systems in place through various methodologies. Hackers are able to test and improve their malware in advance to make it more resistant to AI-based security tools that the service providers provide. Hackers are now able to launch self-propagated, more intelligent attacks that basically self-propagate over the system or the network. They make smart malware which can exploit unmitigated vulnerabilities, leading to an increased likelihood of fully compromised targets. When such malware is faced with a patched vulnerability, it also tries to find different types of attacks to compromise the system. Cyber actors also use AI-enabled malware programs to automatically learn the computational environment of an organization, learn their patch update life cycle, they learn preferred communication protocols, and find out the timing when the systems are least protected. Now you can see how the hackers can exploit AI to make and launch powerful attacks. And they can also choose the timing of attack when sufficient traffic has been obtained or users are running those services or applications. AI-based attacks may not succeed in the first attempt, but there is an abilities which enable hackers to succeed in subsequent attacks. So therefore the hackers also make the system of their malware or similar programs learn completely and go on learning till actually the attack becomes successful. AI can collect knowledge of what prevented the attacks from being successful and retain what proved to be useful. Now this information can be further used for launching more powerful attacks. Cyber criminals also use command and control tactics to penetrate network defenses without being detected. Hackers then execute undetectable attacks as they blend with an organization's security environment. Now next part is that in ransomware they can do double encrypting the data. So when they have negotiated with the victims and released the controls, the data could still be hacked in second part, and therefore full release may not have been obtained. Now we will give a history of this company BlackBerry Cylance. They were the first company to apply AI, algorithm and machine learning to provide a predictive pre-execution defense against various threats at endpoint. But in 2019, a Sydney-based Skylight Cyber found a way to bypass the AI-based antivirus software created by BlackBerry Cylance. So this was the first catch, where somebody could hack ethically and find out the vulnerability. Skylight found an inherent bias in the AI model and exploited it to create a universal bypass that allowed malware to go undetected. The next thing that the hackers can do is data poisoning. As we are aware that various AI-based programs and algorithms are being designed with the data. Now what happens if such data is basically intruded into and they are corrupted? So when your training data has been corrupted, obviously the output which you will get with the future data will also become corrupted. So hackers can introduce small perturbations to an image, for example, to trick a neural network into misinterpreting it. So this data poisoning is a very powerful weapon in the hands of the cyber hackers, where they can defeat the whole purpose of AI algorithms. So therefore at the end, the battle is all between algorithms used by the hackers and algorithms which are used for defending it. Now, as I said, it's very easy to exploit inherent biases of machine learning models and trick the algorithm. So asset heavy industries, we find they have not kept up with the evolving cyber risks and are not generally prepared for AI malware. That is why we are witnessing so many attacks. Even virtual private networks are under threat by many groups, some from China. As more of the workforce is going remote, this is a real threat emerging in the work from home environment. In the past, we have seen, there have been many attempts through various kinds of viruses, malware, Stuxnet, Black Energy, Havex, Trojan, and Industroyers, which have targeted industrial control systems, power grids, and other industrial infrastructure. Many have gone undetected for a long time before the cyber security systems could detect it. Now this is another picture of how hackers can break into your firewalls and intrusion detection systems and intrusion prevention system that constantly otherwise watch the network and identify the possible incidents and logging information about them, stopping the incidents and reporting them. But even this is not immune, and cyber hackers have been in many cases been able to bypass the firewalls and IDS and IPS systems. The next type of attack we have witnessed is what is called voice spoofing. In this case, the voice of a CEO, for example, is hacked through phone calls, and calls are made to the employees of the organization with certain instructions, for example, to transfer money, as if the CEO was himself talking to the employee. Now, 3 such cases have been reported, including in a British energy firm, which were targeted. So, with all the tricks played by the cyber hackers using the latest technology of artificial intelligence, machine learning, or deep learning, we have to secure all our networks, devices, and the digital assets. How we can do that? By using artificial intelligence. So, in the whole process of protection, we have a 5-step data protection system which must be in place. This is first step is to identify and control who has access to your business information, conduct background checks, require individual user accounts for each employee, and create certain policies and procedures within the company. Then the next step is protect, where every little information within the system, patch ups, installations, wireless access points, web servers, email filters, encryptions, all have to be protected. Third is to detect in case of any unnatural incidents. Now, this can happen when you install and update your antivirus system, anti-spyware, and other anti-malware programs. Then you have to respond to the detection of any incidents. And finally, if you have recovered your assets in the form of data or other resources, a policy must be in place and necessary safeguard must be in place that you can recover all your assets. So, how can we use AI in cyber defense? So, first thing is that cyber attacks are high speed operations, and hence only machines can react very swiftly to very dangerous cyber attacks. Artificial intelligence and machine learning can manage a very wide array of threats, and the ability to take on cyber criminals who are using these tools for their own activities. Now, what AI can do is sift through large number of incidents to identify and take corrective measures immediately against any impending attack. And how they can do it? AI can enable setting up of self-configuring networks. Machine learning algorithms, for example, they need training to know what looks like a normal on the network. Once the algorithm has been trained on the normal, it can detect what is not normal. So AI can prowl through every computer, smartphone, other devices to detect any anomalous activity from malware in, for example, in an email attachment or to a disgruntled employee downloading certain sensitive files. AI can improve malware detection rates using a baseline of cyber intelligence data. AI cybersecurity systems can learn from indicators of compromise and may be able to match the characteristics of small clues even if they are scattered throughout the network. Next is AI enabled solutions. As I said, they utilize anomaly detection, keyword matching, and monitoring statistics. They detect all types of network or systems intrusion. machine learning powered products that detect and protect against malware, ransomware, trojans, and other threats are in place. AI can profile billions of file samples, appraise those files for threats, dictating whether or not a threat exists, and quarantining those infected files. AI can predict the presence of automated bot traffic, and it can automatically block the traffic before it turns out to be dangerous. Machine learning can protect websites against web scraping, where HTML and other files for the web designing is taken out by the hackers. It can prevent any account takeover, ad fraud, click fraud, carding, and other bot attacks. AI powered cyber physical software for the safety, security, and reliability of IT, OT, and IoT. AI solutions in various domains like energy, oil and gas, manufacturing, finance, aerospace, defense, and security are in place. XDR, other than EDR, end detection and response. Now we have extended detection and response. Data across multiple security layers in emails, endpoints, servers, cloud workloads, and networks can all be protected with the help of AI and machine learning. Anti-phishing emails with AI and ML capabilities by performing in-depth inspections on those links. Additionally, such anti-phishing tools simulate clicks on sent links to detect phishing signs. They also apply anomaly detection techniques to identify suspicious activities on all features of the sender. These include attachments, links, message bodies, among other items. Similarly, AI systems can detect vulnerabilities, software bugs, and perform response actions like self-patching. This strengthens system security by providing network resilience, prevention, and protection against cyber threats. Now, new AI applications are emerging on intent-based network security, IBNS, on AI platforms for cyber defense or immune computer systems which have the ability to self-adapt. But research is required in countering complex kinds of cyber threats, malware reverse engineering, and projection to enhance a cyber situation awareness. Now, this is just a graphical representation of how machine learning is being applied. So you have, supervised systems and unsupervised systems, continuous or batch. Now you can see various things here: network traffic profiling, spam filtering, malware detection, Russell set generation, behavioral analytics, IoT security, insider threat detection. Now all these activities are taking place with the help of application of machine learning. So therefore, our primary objective is to stop those advanced threats, stop our clouds attacks, any attack on mobile, IoT, or any other device. Cloud, has emerged as a very important asset for the service providers as well as by the service recipients. Now, cloud service providers are providing various kinds of security features to safeguard their services. Securing the or selecting the right cloud solution, creating a modern cloud application suites will help businesses manage new multi-cloud environments. IBM Cloud Strategy, a journey to Cloud 14 in 4 offerings, for example, to support in different areas with 14 offerings are there. Of course, we have AWS, Azure, and other services from various service providers from the big tech or even other companies. So the objective is for round the clock security event monitoring, event handling, security analysis, incidents management, and response systems, along with synchronized management of devices, networks, and applications. For securing the cloud, you have 3 layers of different kinds of services. CASB, which is Cloud Access Security Broker. This is on premises, for at the premises of the service recipient. They have to take certain safeguards. Then you have another service called CSPM, Cloud Security Posture Management, which is about security assessment and compliance monitoring primarily across the IaaS cloud stack. It leverages API integrations with one or more cloud providers in order to automatically discover cloud assets and their associated risks. The third one is CWPP, that is Cloud Workload Protection Platform, which provides a cloud-based security solution that protects instances on AWS, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, and similar services from other vendors. So, securing the cloud networks is a very, very important dimension of all our digital services. Then the next part is countries have to evolve a cyber strategy for cyber defense. You have seen after this Colonial Pipe attack, US has come out with an executive order of May 12th laying down certain need for improving the nation's cyber security framework, where government organizations, private players, and the service providers have to come together and improve their overall security environment. Earlier, they had this 2018 Defense Department Cyber Security Strategy, where proactive efforts have to be made to disrupt or halt any malicious cyber activity at its source point. Therefore, any country will need a very comprehensive national approach, and they have to start by re-examining the traditional notions of trust. Earlier, in the US, for example, if a vendor was trusted once, it was trusted for all their services. Now, this philosophy led to SolarWinds cyber attack. After that, the executive order takes care of this zero trust mechanism, and multiple trust systems will have to be built into the entire cyber security framework. Next aspect is that our software itself makes it convenient for the hackers to attack their systems. So therefore, the software must have more robust features where cybersecurity systems is built into and embedded right at the time of development phase itself, so that attackers will not find it so easy to sneak into their network. Then the next is tightening regulations. Germany has tightened security regulations which imposes upon various service providers like telecom operators, equipment suppliers and data processors, and makes them accountable for the security of the technology supply chain. If these companies fail in their duties, then they will be liable to be penalized. So this was all about how AI is being used by the hackers and the defenders, that is the cyber security service providers. In the next part of my presentation on AI in cyber security, we will look at who are those service providers. Some are the big technology companies, but many are startups who have revolutionized the cybersecurity systems and come out with very innovative services. So we will examine those companies, what they are doing to defend our digital assets. That will be the last part of this presentation. Thank you very much for listening to this part of the presentation, and I look forward to your joining me in the last part of my presentation as well.